Hi everyone, this is our second game has been taken from our 51st ICA chess tournament. So this game is played between Vivaan and Shamith. Here Vivaan is playing with white pieces and Shamith black pieces. So let's see the game here. The game was started with e4 by Vivaan here. Then Shamith replied e6, which is known as French defense here. Then we have d4, d5. So here immediately black was trying to control the center. Now e takes d5, which is called French defense exchange variation. Now in this position, if white doesn't capture this one, suppose white is moving the pawn front here to control the center more, then it is French defense advanced variation. But in this advanced variation, most of the time the game is going to be a little bit close. So those who wants to play open line of this one, then exchange variation is fine for them. So here after the exchange variation, e takes d5 by black here, then nc3 the common development, and f6, bishop g5. Yeah, actually bishop g5 move is not that much strong here. We can say it is slight dubious here. This pin means it is not that much important in this position actually. So here most common move is an f3. But okay, we can allow this move bishop g5, bishop e7. So rejecting the pin here in this position. So everything is going with means common system here. Now an f3. So white is developing the minor piece in the game. Black castle, bishop e2. Then we have a6. a6 is for some other reason. Maybe black was trying to push b5 and trying to attack on the knight. So for that reason black was playing a6. But instead of a6, black has had some other important moves also here. Instead of a6, black could have played here, suppose h6, to deflect the bishop from this system here. And c6 is also possible to create one nice pawn chain. But okay, in the game a6 was played here. Then short castle, nc6. So black played here nc6. nc6 is okay, but h6 was better here. So after nc6, rook e1. So which is very common development in this position. Means white is trying to develop his major piece as rook here and trying to control this file in future. Now black played h6 to deflect the bishop. Bishop h4, which is the best move here. Now bishop f5. So white black was trying to set up the bishop on this diagonal and trying to create some problem on this c2 pawn by playing this nb4 something. But it is not that much strong attack. But the bishop is very good in this diagonal from black side, which is controlling more space, including the e4 center square. So it is good move actually. Now white replied bishop d3. So white was thinking that he should not allow the bishop on this diagonal. So for that reason white is playing bishop d3, which is correct move. So white is not allowing any swindle on the board. So black replied bishop takes d3. So in this position, if black goes back somewhere, or if black goes back, then it is losing tempo for him actually. So for that reason he played this one. Black has another move actually. Black can create this pin also here. That is also possible. So if black create this pawn, this pin here, then bishop e2 going back again. So that is some repetition system. So here black capture bishop takes d3. Then we have queen takes d3. Now nh5. Sorry, here black played rook e8. Actually the best move was nh5 here, so to extend the bishop here. But rook e8 was mistake move here. It is actually very big mistake here. You can pause the video, try to figure out why this is mistake move here. So actually by this mistake move here, white black is losing one pawn here if you see that how black is using the pawn here, bishop takes f6. Now bishop takes f6, and you can see there is only one defender. Before capturing the bishop, there was two defenders on the pawn, queen and the knight. But after capturing this one, there is one defender, and now white can deflect the defender easily from here. Rook takes e8, then queen is forced to capture this rook, and then white can gain the pawn easily here, and it is winning position for white, because in this position uh, black has no counter attack, and white can slowly win the match here. Advantage is 1.84 by given by the computer here. So it was a simple winning for white, but in the game white missed this opportunity. So white was, maybe white was thinking that black is developing the major piece, I cannot do anything here. Actually he was thinking like that maybe. So here white was trying to double the rook here, so white played rook e2, so trying to double the rook here. Now black realized that he should not lose the file here. If white is able to double the rook here, then this open file will be very strong for white here. So black doesn't want to give any opportunity to white here. For that reason, first black attack the queen here. Actually again uh, black has some good initiative, nh5. He could have played this one, but nb4 move is actually it is unnecessary move on the board. nb4, then queen d2. You can see that nothing is happening in this pawn, nothing is happening. Even knight is losing the tempo. When a3 will be pushed, the knight has to go back. So here black is moving one piece twice, so now you can see black is going again back to the home, so which is waste of tempo actually here. Now a3. So white was thinking that I have to stop this square for the knight. Actually again white could have gained the pawn free of cost. Again the same system is applicable. You can see that capture, 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 and then and takes d5. Again it was winning. Okay, we have another combination here. After capturing this one, if black thinks that he doesn't have to give this pawn free of cost, so black can capture with this one, then it is also very bad. We can see that queen takes h6. White cannot capture this pawn, but white can capture this pawn, then it is also losing for black. So this is the second time I think white missed the winning opportunity. So I think white was playing a little bit fast here in the game for saving the time, I think. So this was the second time here. After nc6, instead of capturing the knight here, white played a3. So white was, I think, trying to play a little bit safe game here. So when you will try to play too much safe game, that time maybe you'll miss some good opportunity for winning here. So you have to remember that. nh7. So now black realized that he has to exchange this bishop, and he has to control this file with the rook here. So it is actually good move nh5. Now bishop takes e7. N takes, sorry, rook takes e7. Rook takes e7 is okay, but n takes e7 was better. So knight could have go back, and then this knight can come here, and c6 can be one pawn chain, strong pawn chain. It was very good consolidation. So okay, but it is rook takes e7 is also not bad. So here rook takes e7, then rook takes e7, n takes e7, rook e1. Now you can see white is controlling the file here. But it does not mean that white has very good advantage on the board. So black has some good reply to stop this everything here. Black was coming back here and f6 immediately. So black was trying to control the center again, trying to support the pawn. So which is good move actually here. Now doubling, we can say here, queen plus rook here. So white was trying to put some strength on this file here. So actually this is still equal. Nobody has any advantage. Even computer showing it is 0.00 advantage. Now nc6. So both, now black is maneuvering his knights for some good reason here. So black was trying to stop this knight here also at the same time. h3, white was trying to keep one space for the king. So always remember, before you achieve the end game, so but in the middle game, if you think that something is risky, so you should keep one place for the king in case of urgent situation. So this move can avoid your back rank weakness or back rank checkmate At the same time it can stop the knight here. That is okay, correct move. Now queen d7, preparing for rook e8 to exchange the rook here, which is a good idea actually. Queen d3. So white was moving the rook, as white realized that rook is coming here to attack on the queen. Everything is going with normal moves here. Rook e8, rook takes rook, queen takes rook. Again it is equal, but this time black is controlling this open file. But it does not, it doesn't matter actually. Here all of the squares are controlled by the white here. So black is controlling the file, but white is also at the same time indirectly controlling this file actually. Indirectly, like that you can say, like that way you can say. So for that reason it is equal. Now queen e2. So white was not giving any opportunity or any attacking chance to black here. So white was challenging queen here. So to control the file again, queen takes queen, knight takes queen. Now two knights are available in the game. It is a knights end game here actually. Two knights versus two knights, and pawn structure is also, you can say, similar here. Everything means you can see the same pawn structure here. So okay, it is again it is equal. Now in the end game somebody has to take very good initiative actually here. So king f8. Now we know that in the end game king is our best helper. So for that reason black is bringing the king. Black wants to come to the center. He wants to bring his king on the center for controlling this everything here. So in this kind of end game, king on the center, towards the center, it is good actually. Now let's see what white is playing. White is maneuvering his knight. So okay, it is also a good idea to put some pressure on this one. Black and e7, again trying to maneuver the knight, most probably this side here, or he wants to connect the pawn chain like that. Means just consolidation is going on. So white king f8 trying to bring the king. So consolidate, both of them are consolidating the position. It is very good actually. They have good patience in this game, Vivaan and Shamith. Pawn c6, creating one strong pawn chain here. King e2, bringing the king, and f5, trying to put some pressure on this one. At the same time he can go back here and this knight can come this side. So it is some maneuvering system of the knight. c6, connecting the pawn chain. You can see the pawn structure is same here, same pawn structure. So for that reason this is almost equal here. Now bringing the king and e5, knight d6, we have an f d3. So trying to create knight bonding. At the knight is preparing to come on this square. So if he is able to come on this square, then it can create some pressure on this pawn. And d7, challenge the knight, at the same time stopping this knight to come here. Knight takes knight, king takes knight, then knight f5 check. So that is knight fork. Black has to save the pawn. King c7. Now bringing the king, king d2 here. Now here n c4 check, king c2. Now n d6, and we have b4. Here black played one nice move actually. Black was trying to create one trap on the board. So black played very nice move, b6. Here black was giving the pawn free of cost to white. So if white takes the pawn, then it will create huge pressure on white here. White will lose one extra pawn for capturing this one. How? Now black's king can come here. Then the knight has no way to come out. So this pawn has to be played. It is the force move. Then knight can come out. Here n takes b5. Again you can see the knight is hanging. So knight has to come back here. And we can see n takes a3. So black has one pawn extra here. And black can win the match easily. And c4 is also there. So coming back. So in this endgame it is winning for black. But here white calculated everything actually. So white didn't capture this pawn in this game. So white was coming back here. N d3. Now n c4. King b3. Check, king c2, and e4, king b3. So this game is equal here actually. Now king d6, a4, c5. Here d takes c5, b takes c5. And here is the mistake done by white. Actually it was 100% equal. White was, I think, scaring too much about this pawn fork, because this pawn is coming here. Or if it is unable to create pawn fork, suppose if he moves the king, so he was thinking that c4 can be played here. So there is the problem. Actually in this position it is little bit complex position. Black made this position complex for white. Actually here black was trying to break the pawn chain. At the same time, black was trying to gain some space on the board. So actually c5 move is very good here, you can say. Now here white has only one correct move, and the move is little bit difficult actually. The move is c4. This is the only one correct move. After the c4, the game can be equal here. Now we can see that this is hanging. So if you capture this one, I have the king here. If you give me check, so I have king c3, and then if you capture this one, I will capture this one. It is equal, 100% equal here. If you try to push the pass pawn, that is also not working here. Now in the game, white played b takes c5, which is mistake move here. Now black can gain huge space here. So n takes c5, black is forcing white to extend the knight here. So if white goes here, then black will extend the knight, king will be coming front, so it is easily winning for black. So here white captured the knight. Now black took the knight, and here it is called triangulation. So by the help of triangulation, black will win the match here. So king can create triangulation against this king, and you can see that black can create some zugzwang on the board because of this square. So when king will be coming on this square, white's all moves will be gone, then it will be zugzwang, and for the move only, white will be losing the match here, and that is very common endgame in chess actually. Uh, Now we can see that white played one waiting move here. So black also played one waiting move. Black was stopping this pawn move. So slowly black is stopping his all moves. Now white played one more move. Actually white cannot go back. That is the problem, because this king will be coming here. So here black played this move, again waiting move, king c2, and now king c4 is coming, king d2 here, king here. Now after capturing this one, this pawn will be passed on, and it is completely losing endgame for white actually. So in the game, king d3, king takes pawn, king d4. Now this pawn is hanging here. So okay, black is leaving this pawn. Black played king b3. Black is saying that okay, you can capture this pawn. I don't care, because my this pawn is getting promotion here as a queen. So I am winning the match here. So for that reason, black is not saving the pawn. So white captured the pawn. King takes c3. Now this pawn is pass pawn here, so no way to stop this pass pawn, and it is winning for black here. Actually, now it is checkmate at last moment. Actually, the game was very nice here actually. So white lost some winning opportunity. Two times white lost his winning opportunity, and at the end game also it was 100% draw, but only for this b takes c5 move, white was losing here. Otherwise this game was a very nice quality game actually. Okay, Shamit and Vivaan, both of you played well. Best of luck for your next games. Thank you, everyone.